All right, so next up, Jalen Polk, wide receiver, Washington, 6'1" and 3/8 inches, 203 pounds, 9 3/4 inch hands, 31 3/4 inch arms, 74.5 inch wingspan. He's 21 years old. He'll be 22 on the 11th, or did he just wait? What's the date?
Yeah, he'll be on 22 on the 11th.
On the 11th, okay. Yeah. He ran a 4.52 in the 40. He ran a 1.52 in the 10-yard split. 129-inch broad jump, 37.5-inch vertical.
It's a good broad jump.
So really good broad jump, pretty decent vertical as well. Last year in 15 games, he had 69 receptions, 1,159 yards receiving, and 9 touchdowns. He had nine touchdowns. He had four rushing attempts for 32 yards and another touchdown.
All right, so Jalen Polk, he was I don't know if I can call him Robin or not officially, because there were 3 receivers there in Washington that were all really talented, and clearly Batman was Rome Odunze. Yeah. So we'll see after we watch McMillan who we think Robin actually was. The one can be like,
what's the butler's name? No, what's the butler's name?
Alfred.
The
other one can be Alfred.
Yeah.
I know there's like 18 more Batman characters that have come out since, but regardless. So Jalen Polk, really talented as far as contested catches.
Catch point.
I mean, he was all over it.
Yes.
That was where he would win. You box a guy out.
Yep.
Go up and get the football.
Some of the best hands in the class.
High point it. Like it was really fun to watch. Yeah, I have a very high grade on
That's my number one thing for him. Was like someone you can count on to make a catch.
Yeah.
That's my number one thing, Adam.
Yep. It's even more physical than you would expect. Like, because he doesn't have that frame of like a huge bulky guy, but I mean, he played very physical brand of football, very bully ball style. Not an overly explosive player.
Oh God, no.
Nope. He didn't do a ton in the open field. His release was a little disappointing for me.
Dude, I'm sorry to cut you off.
You're fine.
I agree.
Because because after he gets past the line, like it's a player like you don't mind, he was painful to watch to get off the line.
I don't remember it being that bad. I'm going to have to go back and look.
Dude.
He has a pretty low score.
It was so bad, I got obsessed with it.
Okay.
Like
obsessed.
See, I didn't have it that bad.
Oh, dude.
I had it.
Actually, it's one of his lowest scores that I gave him.
If you go back and watch Jalen Polk's film, and all you focus on, and I trust me because I did this, it's him getting off the line. It's the same. He almost rocks into it. Like he hikes the ball. He rocks into get off the line, painfully slow. And it was one of those things where it's like, oh, like he wasn't gonna ball. Every single snap,
he's not
painfully slow. Could have been the slowest person I've ever seen get off the line in the history of mankind.
He's not very explosive, and he's not very crisp in his routes. So I was focused on that.
He's not a great route runner.
Yeah.
I got obsessed with him off the line. It was bad.
And he is one of those guys that does seem to take some plays off. You watch him on the backside of some plays, and he's usually standing there walking and stuff like that, which I don't love to see.
Me neither.
You see it a lot more these days.
You do see it's becoming more and more prevalent, unfortunately.
It's because of the offenses, the way they're
the way they're designed to read half the field, and they know the ball's not
get your
coming
breath for
their
the
way.
next play.
Yeah, like when he's not getting the ball.
Yes,
like you do. Like it's like he's like.
So
and maybe we overstress that now.
Maybe we do. Maybe we're too old school curmudgeons
for a reason now. You know, like
maybe. But all that to be said, I think he's an interesting prospect. He didn't get a great score for me, 69.53. Which isn't a death sentence, but it's not a great score either.
I got just over the 70 mark.
Okay, so we're in a similar ballpark there for him. I think he does his certain things well, and I think there will be a role for him. But the biggest issue is going to be he's got to figure out how to get off the line to be able to make those contested catches at the next level. Dude. Because if he can't, it's not going to happen.
Historically, man, like.
It's
these
tough.
kind of guys always grade decently in the nerd score. They never pan out. Like the catch point guys. Like that's their thing. Like Jonathan Adams.
I'm not going to go out of my way to get this guy. And I love him at the catch point.
He's fantastic.
Me too.
He is fantastic.
Everything leading up to
I'm not usually like, hey, this guy, like, I don't usually really love a guy and like give a crap. Like, all right, you're good at it. Okay, good. He is really, really good at it. But I can't in my mind picture how he's going to win in the NFL I don't see how he's going to get on the field.
He's so lackadaisical.
He just doesn't run good enough routes. He's not explosive enough. Who is going to trust him enough to get him on the field and then throw him the ball?
If he gets drafted by the same team as Michael Penix.
Where's his acceleration at? Like, you know what I mean? Like, agree. Like, he high point. Like,
It's in the gene pool. He didn't get it.
that's why I said my number one note on here is someone you could count on to make a catch for sure. But then right after that, at the very best, he turns into a wide receiver 2 for the team. But his best is probably going to be a good wide receiver 3 on a team. And that's because I don't know how he wins off the line. I just don't know
He
how
profiles
the game moves too fast in the NFL
as
for him
the
to
third guy for an like.
Yes, he's
That's
a wide receiver 3. He's a Tyler Boyd.
Yep.
He's a big slot.
He's a big slot.
Yeah.
He's a
Big old sloppy
big dirty
slot.
slot.
Big old slot.
Yeah, it's
Thinking the same thing.
and again, this is somebody who didn't do anything
Love
until
a
his 4th
slot.
year, right? Like he didn't break out to his 4th year, so it's just the speed and everything is not there, which kind of sucks because he does dominate at one
That
special thing.
specific thing is really good.
And here's the running a 4.52 is not an end all be all.
No, it's not a bad time.
It's not a bad time. It's just on the field. He's not fast.
No,
And he's not explosive in and out of breaks. He doesn't run crisp routes. Like he's just not.
he's not off my board.
Yeah.
I'm interested because I hear that he's going to get day 2 draft capital, like round 3 is what I'm hearing.
Really?
That's what I'm hearing.
Listen, David Bell did
Nobody
too.
knows that those.
You're right. And
Ranges.
remember,
Yeah.
a lot of people like David Bell. And
We did not.
Boy, did we do on David Bell.
And then the
pretty hard.
Browns drafted him.
Yeah, and we still do on
We
David
did.
Bell. So,
we did.
yeah, I mean, this is somebody like I would probably take in the 4th round of my rookie draft.
Listen, I don't even know that I'd bother.
See, at that point, it's more of a positional thing for me. Like, unless I think a guy is special in the 4th round, I'd rather just give me backup quarterbacks and backup running backs and hope that they become something.
Me too. I'm not.
It sucks because
Because he does that one thing really well.
and once he gets going, it's kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll find somebody over the next couple weeks that we like.
Yeah.
That will take
It'll-
in those ranges. More.
And that's the thing. Out of all the guys we're watching, it's like, oh, this guy's like in the middle.